planet next?
When this is all over, I think it'll be time to settle down, you know, fall in love, start a family.
Love? You?
Yeah, you think a guy like me doesn't know love?
I bet you're gonna tell me.
Let me tell you, it's the best, but a lot of work. It needs admiration, devotion, attraction, and respect.
Please. That's actually very insightful.
Yeah, well, it comes with experience. Can't look this good and not steal a few hearts.
I bet.
All right, we're here. Get in your chair.
Oh, tell me we're not running that blockade.
Oh, only as a last resort. I've rigged the Mantis' transponder to transmit Imperial signals. Hey, Grease.
Yeah.
Keep your power signature low and act like we belong.
Just like Braca. No sweat. I don't need another set of hands. Just please keep your eye on the scanner.
All right.
Please.
All right.
All right.
I don't see anything.
You're preoccupied with something on the ground. We're clear.
That doesn't look good.
The Empire is devouring Kashyyyk for its natural resources. Wookies have been enslaved or displaced.
That was a close one, kid. Aren't you supposed to be watching the monitors?
Guerrilla fighters, Wookiees and off-worlders ambushing an Imperial convoy.
Walkers approaching their position.
Tarful could be with them.
Awful could be anywhere. Like deep in the ground, like we're gonna be if we get caught up in that battle down there.
We don't have any other options, and they'll die without our help.
So what's your plan?
Sabotage. We used to scrap walkers on Braca. I'll just jack one.
Get a load of the kid. He thinks we're back in the Clone Wars.
Captain, get us near those walkers.
Wait, what?
Listen, those walkers double as troop transport, so once you get inside, be careful.
Time for no freeze grease to work his magic.
Hey, do me a favor. Stay alive down there.
I'll add it to the plan.
Right, if you're jumping, you better do it now, kid.
You ready for a swim, BD? You ready to do this? Maybe we can get up there. Okay. Now where? Just a little more. Guess we keep going. Let's climb to the top.
No pulse. Your turn to report fatalities. This is L97240 reporting in. We've got confirmed casualties. It's the Jedi! Enemy contact! I got it! That's it. It's all over now! Nope! Ship on scanners. They brought more firepower than we thought. How's our hull looking? Badly damaged. We're at 70% integrity and falling. That should still be enough to stomp out these insurgents. Keep us... Huh?
Can't believe that actually worked. Okay, throttle.
Report, what's happening over there? You're in violation of Imperial Protocol
Can you shut that guy up?
207. Stand down or we won't...
Better. Let's do this. That's the blasters. So that fires the cannons. Let's move forward. Someone who just brought an AT-AT to the table. Who are you?
Someone making the Empire angry. We're advancing on an imp landing pad up ahead. I wouldn't mind fire support.
Copy that. Let's make them even angrier. the landing pad. Headed for us. Can we do anything? Hold on! Brace yourself, BD! Yeah, I'm okay. You all right? No, you're not doing that again.
You just wrecked a perfectly good walker. Got a name?
Cal Kestis,
Saw Gerrera. What are you doing on Kashyyyk?
looking for somebody. What are you doing here?
My companions and I came to Kashyyyk to disrupt Imperial supply lines.
Hey!
So, who are you looking for?
A Wookiee chieftain named Tarful.
Tarful is impossible to find. There's a reason he's evaded the Empire for this long.
He's a freedom fighter?
He's the freedom fighter, a symbol of the Wookiee resistance, striking at the Empire from the Shadowlands.
Seer? Grease? This is Saw.
How you doing?
What do you want with Tarful?
Jedi business.
The Jedi are dead.
Not all of them.
You get that off a corpse?
My master gave it to me.
This pad supports an Imperial refinery that runs on Wookiee slave labor. Intel suggests that some of the captives there are guerrilla fighters.
I should help them. One of them might know how to contact Tarful.
It's possible.
Whoa, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. The Mantis works wonders. I mean, it's a great ship, excellent pilot, but it is not built for close support.
We'll stay here and monitor Imperial transmissions. With a bit of luck, we'll intercept any distress calls.
Appreciate it. My lieutenants and I will scout ahead to prepare the attack. Join us when you're ready. Go! Go!
Glad you're all right.
Yeah, good to see you too. This place is a dump.
Your plan worked. And now you want to follow Saul?
What do you think is Saw's plan?
He's fighting a losing battle. I doubt freedom for the Wookiees is his only goal.
He seems trustworthy.
He might prove to be. But there's more going on here than we know.
And don't forget the Empire fights dirty. Watch your tail in that refinery, kid.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Things are even worse here than on Zepho.
Did you say Zepho?
I used to live there before the Empire came. Do you know it?
Yeah, I've been. It's horrible what happened.
We weren't able to fight back. But here, with the Wookiees, we have a chance. Thank you for standing with us.
Oh? Good job. saw should be at the other end of this trench. Okay, I'll look. No way across. Maybe something around here can help. Let's check out the bench over there. Could be something useful. Another one? How much current can you conduct? Well, with this transformer, I bet you can short-circuit Imperial tech. Let's try it. What can you do, BD?
Jedi, over here.
Imperial sap refinery lies dead ahead.
What does the Empire want with tree sap?
Nothing good. They refine the sap into a powerful compound, and they're rushing to expand production.
We have to stop them.
That's the plan. We don't know their end game, but they spread themselves too thin. This map we recovered proves it.
Here you go, bud.
These refineries double as brutal prison camps. We use those cutters to create a distraction, while you take your lightsaber and free the Wookiees inside. We need their help to stop the Empire.
Understood.
Watch yourself in there.
You hear that? Said he needs my help. Come on, buddy.
Over there. One of the cutters turned on. Are they running some kind of drill? Maybe. Think we should call it in? Heads up!
I got it.
Don't let up!
I can't.
You won't kill me! Stay on you! Sergeant! Please stay down.
Watch out!
A Jedi. This is what I'm trained for. You are so skilled. Hesitate. Not today.
We've got them on the run. Keep pushing. Looks like you're blocked. I'll fix that. Never seen a trooper like that before. You gotta get these Wookiees out of lockup. Keep moving, Jedi. Vents open. Go.
Tight fit, huh, BD?
Flame beetles, they're coming through the walls.
Hit their nest.
After him, together.
There's an intruder above.
Get him! I got him!
Weapons on him. Just you and me, scum.
I'll check it out. You sure you want to plug into this thing? Okay. Oh, shortcut. That's why you wanted to move this thing. You had no idea that was there, did you? You just wanted to turn that cutter on.
Got an intruder here. Affirmative.
You can't beat us.
I got him. Don't let him get you. I'm stepping back.
Oh, all right then. So what was in there? Well done.
I saw you at target practice last night. You were in... I just heard from the captain. They're coming. Oh, this is it. At least we have the high ground. What was that? Another hijacked cutter. Reporting a live cutter near the cell blocks. Immediate aid requested. It's breaking through and destroying everything. Jedi is here. You say so. They can't all be dead. Can they?
Still alive in there?
So far. Almost to the prison.
Good. Imperial distress calls are going out across the planet. If you don't get the prisoners soon...
We can do this. I promise. Can't open it.
The Jedi will be here any minute.
And our reinforcements.
In retreat.
Good.
Sir?
The fewer distractions, the better. Break's over! I should move back! Right on target!
BD1. No guards. Hey, we're here to free you. You're not alone.
Visitation is not permitted. Jedi observed. You will regret that.
What's this? Glad to help.
Who's ready to fight some imps? All right, let's help these Wookiees get back in the fight. Great work, Jedi.
Saw's waiting up ahead.
That's a brawler droid processing unit. You thinking what I'm thinking? Saw's up ahead. We must be close.
Keep your distance. You know this is pointless.
We're pushing them back. Keep it up. You almost got it.
Gotcha.
Hey, BD1. Hey! So what was in there? It won't open. Thanks, BD1.
To the prisons! We need the Wookiees to finish this! Hurry!
They've got reinforcements!
Jedi! Go, go, go!
Jam! You won't budge, we're trapped!
You gotta get them out of there.
We need the Wookiees to win this!
Keep your distance. Don't get hit. Move up already. Get him! Don't let up.
Critical shot. Systems failing.
Don't be next.
Incompetent.
You've done it! The Wookiees are free! Get to the roof!
This needs power. You seem happy. A Wookiee slave caller. Oh, okay. Something we can use? That's the path to the Shadowlands? There has to be a way across. You're right. We can't search the whole forest. Better get back to Saul.
The operation is expanding into Sector 7. They call it the Shadowlands. It's crawling with hostiles.
Who did that? Who's there? Can't defeat the Empire. Go on, run. Enemy position reached.
Attacking the enemy!
All allied units down.
BD-1. Lock tight. get going, BD1.
I got this.
Notification.
Get him already.
Damage sustained.
Don't scare me. Okay, I'm done.
Scatter's food.
I see moving forward. Got it. Kill the Jedi! Charge forward!
Get ready, buddy.
Jedi! We don't have the firepower to breach this hole.
We're on it.
I can't fight anymore! Someone else attack him!
Everyone! These have been hard years. We've lost comrades, friends, family to the Empire. Dark times. And yet the fire still burns. Hope still burns. The Jedi are not yet lost. We are not yet lost. Kashyyyk is not yet lost. For the cause! You've seen what the Empire has done to Kashyyyk. These stories are playing out all over the galaxy. My partisans could use a Jedi on our side.
I'm honored. But we have our own mission I can't walk away from. Not yet.
The offer stands. Keep it in mind.
Cal, I'm Mari Kosan, and this is Commander KASHYYYK.
Sorry. I'm not quite fluent.
KASHYYYK says he'll do whatever he can to find Tarful and vouch for you.
Do you think he's still alive?
Have faith, Cal. We'll be in touch with your ship. For the cause.
You know Tarful?
He was part of Tarful's crew, but got captured on a mission. Tarful couldn't risk more warriors to save him. He spent months in that refinery. KASHYYYK will help you find Tarful. They're always on the move. Could take some time.
And that's all I can ask. Thank you. Hang on.
I've been monitoring Imperial communications, and I picked up something. Project Augur has been reactivated. The Empire may be close to finding another Zeffo tomb.
Looks like we still have work to do. You think Saw and the others will be okay? Always looking on the bright side, huh? Hey, thanks. For everything. Hey, Seer.
Cal, good to see you back in one piece. Mari Kosan contacted us. We know you couldn't find Tarful.
I love risking our lives for nothing. It's fantastic.
It wasn't for nothing. Mari and KASHYYYK will come through.
I like your optimism. We could all use a little of that now and then.
Hey, I'm a positive guy, too. I'm positive that if I die, I'll be very upset.
You did good, Cal. We might not have found Tarful yet, but you saved lives today. Don't forget that.
Thanks. It's amazing seeing the mix of different species and people and kinds of characters.
We're in these incredible, fantastic worlds and planets.
Because this franchise is so large and so huge and so tremendous, there are many stories that have yet to be told.
Take 9, Mark.
Set a course for Bogano. When you're working inside of the motion capture volume, you have cameras on the ceilings, on the sides, and on your face. And they're capturing every single bit of your biomechanics.
We can literally run and chase each other and jump and take swings at each other, so it's the closest to playing in my backyard at 8 years old of any job I've ever had.
Action.
Please welcome Cameron Monaghan to the stage.
I'm Cameron Monaghan. I play Cal Kestis in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Cal was a young Jedi Padawan during Order 66 when all of his kind were murdered. He escaped and managed to hide out on the scrap planet of Bracca. He became a scrap worker and someone in hiding and someone kind of paranoid and fighting for his life.
What's this? A Bracca scrap rack playing Jedi.
And also he's rough around the edges, and I think he kind of does like to fight too. Gonna need to get through here. Healing stim. We're full of surprises. BD-1, our buddy droid, is a wonderful addition to the droid family. He was sort of designed as like an adventure companion.
By having me operating this little guy as a placeholder for the animators, it's also nice for the other actors to have something to play opposite, and so that's kind of fun because then I can inject a little personality I feel that BD-1 has.
The two of them have a really wonderful relationship. In many ways, I think Cal's kind of best friend across the story.
No moves on Okay, shut that thing off and grab some seed.
Seer and Grease enter into Cal's life explosively, and I think that Cal is of two minds about it.
You've been surviving on your own for so long that it's impossible to trust anyone. And it's what's kept you alive.
I think that ultimately he has to do this mission because this is what he was made for. He's a Jedi trying to restore balance. Before we do anything, I need to know something. How come you're no longer a Jedi?
Seer Junda completely cut the Force out of use in her life. I had an experience that changed my perspective. And she decided that she would not use the Force because using it might pose a threat to not only her, but to others, which it already did to a certain extent.
Yeah, the Mantis is my ship, but you better pay attention to this lady here. Green's Droidus is not, let's say, the most affable Lateron. He's had some hardship in life. He doesn't trust people too much. What is that? Get off my sofa! I hope you found something better out there than this droid.
Oh, calm down, Breeze.
He's got something he's running from, and it puts our hero in a very precarious position.
Let's see what he's got.
Damn it, Grease.
But, by the way, a nice guy. Heart of gold.
This place seems abandoned, but...
You trespass, Jedi.
Hi, my name's Tina Ivlev. I play Marin in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
You must be a Night Sister.
Dothamir is forbidden to you. Leave at once.
Easy.
She's from a coven that is extinct now. She's the last of her kind. She can raise the dead pretty much whenever she wants.
Cal and Marin come from a similar background of loss. They both experienced watching those that they care about die.
She's spent her entire life growing up believing that the Jedi are responsible for killing her sisters.
They will have their revenge.
Marin has a wall up in a similar way that Cal does at the start of the story.
It takes him proving himself over and over and over and over again for her to realize, like, okay, maybe this guy is telling the truth. That was really fun for me to play because Marin is socially, like, she doesn't understand, like, what a normal relationship between people looks like. Sorry.
Who was that back there?
Imperial Inquisitor. She's a Force user hunting Jedi survivors.
My name is Elizabeth Grujon, and I play the second sister. She was training to be a Jedi, and her master ended up betraying her not only by leaving her behind, but then also by giving up her location to the Empire.
It plays out in such an angry and powerful way when she becomes a second sister.
What it taught her is to love is to die, and to kill is safety.
She was tortured to the point in which psychologically and emotionally the damage had been done.
She's already lost everything, so she doesn't care about dying. There's a recklessness. It's like, I'll jump on the top of your ship and bring it down while I'm on it. Like, I don't care. I'm doing a dialect as the character, which just came to me very naturally.
Who is your master? Padawan? Someone I killed, perhaps?
She really enjoys hurting and wounding, so I wanted to hear that pleasure in her voice.
Not bad. You're learning.
And cut. Okay. Now, I've done a lot of character makeup stuff where I've sat in a makeup chair for 4 hours, 5 hours before I got to the set. Getting to put greased dritus on and not have to go to the makeup chair, that's an extraordinary gift.
The cast and crew have become such a family. We do warm-ups together before every rehearsal. We have breakfast and lunch together every day, so it feels like, hey, like, these are my people.
I hope that people walk away with a really wonderful sense of these characters, of the adventure and story that they've been along for the journey with. You know, the story is about learning to trust and trusting in the Force and what that means. It's about coming together for a mutual purpose and to trust in the fact that ultimately, if you do the work, then maybe, just maybe, the tide will change.
Here doing a planet tour of a couple different planets in Jedi Fallen Order, and this is Bogano.
Hey, BD1. I'm Cal.
Here on Bogano, I've mostly been working on scripting through like a lot of the moments between Cal and BD1 to showcase the relationship and show how they get to know each other a little bit.
Hold on. You know the Jedi? Hold on.
Everything we're doing with BD1 and Cal's relationship here isn't just about writing the script for it. It's about like how we represent it in the world. Part of that comes in through our cinematics, but we try to like think about it, you know, from an in-game perspective instead of just like looking at it on a piece of paper. Gameplay first is like a Respawn sort of philosophy, and narrative designers especially, that's really important for us. So we have, you know, like scans and echoes as like ways of telling small stories that are tied into reward mechanisms and gameplay and exploration. And that's, you know, a way of trying to find a balance between how we're telling a story and what your gameplay experience is as well.
Bogano's designed as like a measuring stick for the player. It's their first planet that they can retraverse.
That's one of the challenges of Bogano, is once the player has unlocked all their abilities, they can double jump over everything and wall climb and zip line all over the place. And so I think it was important throughout our game to keep it close to design, but even more so in Bogano since there's so much double jumping to different islands.
After each ability you get, you can kind of come back to Bogano and it unlocks a little different section of it depending on which abilities you've gotten on the other planets. You can always kind of come back and explore it with your new abilities in mind. So you're kind of teaching the player that it's not just main path in this game. There's different side areas to explore, to either use your force powers to kind of solve a little puzzle.
Cordova's extremely dangerous workshop.
Well,
Yeah.
he was a full-fledged Jedi.
Live
so,
life
like,
on the edge.
Yeah.
So this is a moment that's kind of an important Metroidvania moment here, where we slam you right into essentially a gate. This is essentially a gate because you don't have the ability to cross it yet. You can tell that the main path goes that way. We lead you right there. That's your goal, the vault, and we frame it, you know, between these rocks here. But the player has no way to cross this gap yet. So now the player just needs to kind of explore the level to figure out how to cross that, bridge that gap.
In Bogano, in our initial concept, we kind of had these onioning shapes of rock and striations of kind of like red clay, because the wall runs that we're about to introduce the player to, the kind of the language along the wall runs is we try to do smaller striations on where you can wall run.
So right off the bat, with your new wall run ability, we've got kind of different secrets and things to explore and find, but we try to funnel you back to this moment where now you can cross the gap that blocked you before.
Players have had a hard time finding that, and it's just something that when you model it and when Jeff designs it, you're like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The player will use that wall run to get back, but you watch players just get lost and walk right by it. So it's stuff you don't think about first pass, and then you watch a few play tests and you start to realize that we need to do more to help the player.
All right, so here we've got the option at this point in the game to choose to go to either Zepho or Dathomir. Here you see we've centered it in Bogano, and we've got these kind of two options where the player can freely choose to go either to Zepho and kind of continue the main path, or deviate a little bit and go to Dathomir. And the UI team, you can even see like what went into this. Like, they're almost equal choices, but Zepho's slightly closer to the cursor. Like, this is intentional. Like, this sort of thing, you know, there's a lot of thought that goes into this.
It's a literal fork in the road.
Literal fork in the road, exactly. Yeah. So which do you guys want to choose?
Let's go to Dathomir.
I agree.
Okay, let's go to Dathomir.
We're doing a planet tour of Dathomir today. Gonna look at the art, game design, and the narrative all together. Dathomir's a special place because it is one of the planets that pre-existed, so we had a really kind of fun relationship with Lucasfilm for this one, because there was like a lot of back and forth and a lot of cool ideas kind of thrown around. We have 3 tombs throughout the game. The tomb that you find here is the tomb of Kujet, who really kind of consolidated power, became just tyrannical, murdered those that they disagreed with. And so it's a really kind of dark time for the Zepho in general. And you see that kind of theme play out here in the fact that the art for the Zepho even starts to look a little bit more imperial here almost.
So when I initially blocked this out, I kind of had a general idea of what things we wanted the player to be able to obtain, but the architecture and stuff, at that time, we didn't have a lot of concepts. So luckily, Jean came aboard, and he was able to conceptualize this area, actually all the spaces, in 3D based on my block out. And so his concepts actually inspired me to change some of my layout, just because it felt more believable. It felt like a place when I saw his concept. This whole right side didn't look anything like this. It wasn't until Jean did a 3D concept where he had this very tiered kind of look, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool for gameplay and visually more interesting. And Jean kind of talked about how he came up with that.
One of my main inspirations was Petra, like in Jordan. They built an entire civilization in this kind of remote part of the desert. It's an abandoned place, but people are living here. They're repurposing it completely differently. That's the Knight Brothers. And so you have this kind of like layering in the environment, you know, storytelling that I thought was kind of, you know, it's kind of interesting to try to communicate to the player.
Dathomir was a matriarchy. So the Knight Brothers were ruled over by the Knight Sisters, who were, of course, slaughtered. There was a genocide committed against them, basically, by General Grievous during the Clone Wars.
We played around with a number of Knight Brothers, and we actually had to work with cinematic team, because I think in cinematic they had like 4 or 5 of them pop out, and we realized that these guys are pretty hard. So we managed to get it down to 2. These guys are really agile. They roll around. and they're pretty quick, so we wanted to make this space feel good for them for the first fight, at least. In some of the other areas in Dathomir, it gets a little bit more narrow, but definitely in this first encounter with them, you have a lot of room to kind of move around and fight with them, and so that was the intent. John, you even made like some paintings or hieroglyphs of the bat. Right?
Yeah. I made like there's a whole Night Brother mural language of like their relationship with the spiders and the bat and the Zephonians.
That's pretty slick.
What's that one, John? It looks like.
That actually there's a whole language.
Christmas trees.
I actually developed like a whole language of like what those signs mean.
Okay.
And yeah, that's supposed to be, you know, don't cross.
Don't
cross this this place. This is basically Night Brother territory.
Okay. Yeah.
If you look up, actually, there's like some of those statues. That's a good example of like Night Brothers using whatever parts, scavenging whatever parts of things they can find on the planet, even like some Zepho statue parts, and making their own art with it. That's how they survive.
When you come into this cave, it's probably the biggest drop-offs you do in the game to really make it feel like you're dropping down into somewhere very deep. And it's kind of a one-way too, like at a certain point you can't get back out. I think it changes the mood too. It's like, okay, something's probably gonna happen here.
So this is basically what I've been doing the last quite a few months, basically since I got here, is doing this bat boss. He's been quite the challenge. He's one of the unique characters in the game, so he actually responds to different body part hits. So like, I think he's the only guy in the game that currently does that. These markers are meant to kind of show his weak spots is the kind of hope. Kind of seeing with playtest, it looked like he needed a little bit more indication as to that. He's like a glass cannon, right? Like you get hurt pretty bad if you get hit, but I've given the player a lot of tools to be able to kind of get back into the fight with the bat.
The environment art's not finished, basically to convey like more that there's a relationship between the bat and the Night Brothers. Like they're afraid of the bat, but they also kind of like worship it or like respect it.
Yeah, he's like the alpha of the planet, I guess, right?
Yeah, kind of.
And has that creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, his face is pretty gnarly. Now he has eyes, I feel guilty, like stabbing him and stuff. Now, like, oh, man. Like, I was fine when it was just like a box.
I know, now.
And now I'm like, oh, dude, we're bros, though. We've been through so much together, but I have to defeat you.
So we're finishing up production on the game right now. We're going to be playing through some of Zepho today. I'm one of the level designers that's been working on this level. We're like not too far out from locking the game so that basically all hands are off except bug fixing. So all the last design work and especially all the last art is getting in right now. Oh yeah. What are these? I think they're called skunkuses. I love these things. They're called poppers, at least internally. Mm-hmm. And they're just little guys that if you walk into them, oh my God, I'm gonna have to be very careful. I'm not walking into any more of them. I don't have enough health for that. But the skunkuses are little environmental obstacles that the player needs to avoid walking into, which can make normal platforming challenges more interesting. For example, right here, just having to walk around and jump through an area that otherwise would be pretty simple for the player to navigate, but requires them to use a little more thought to make sure that they don't actually get damaged. And here, going down this slide, having to make sure to avoid them while sliding down.
When we get the level from level artists, we generally already have some placeholders for where the enemy gonna be.
The ones on the slide and the ones on the jump, they've been there for so long. A couple weeks ago, the art finally went in for the actual skunkus, so it was nice to finally see them after 3 years.
The old design version of them was just like a little spear with two little, like,
eyes.
two eyeballs that were just white and black, big eyeballs. They were hilarious.
A lot of the rooms have like the wind-blown patterns all over the walls, just to kind of show the wind that has been happening in here for who knows how long. But this helps like tie all the architecture together and give like a unique look.
Shows like it's a really small area with not a very long gameplay, but for game development, it's actually take years and many revisions to get to here. I think we probably have to tune down the lighting a little bit more. And I think
the floating illuminations will probably
Oh yeah, we also have
have an asset for
props.
them.
Oh yeah, probably.
This is on my list. I'm gonna make it within a week.
My specific work here more entails collectibles like scans and echoes. The echoes are a little bit more mysterious, so we're trying to make them have more of an emotional impact.
Getting a strange feeling from this one. Ancient Zepho gathered here. I wonder why.
So now we're kind of happening upon the other side of this mountain, and then we're kind of revealing this crashed Venator, which is a ship that you will have seen from the landing pad. And it's kind of one of those like gaming cliches that like if you can see it, you can actually go there. But in this case, you can get up close. If you're an exploring player, you can actually go in later.
Well, it's one of my favorite parts of Zepho. Just this fight arena around it, the open space, the Martin design, I think is really, really cool.
So we've got a small ecology system, and so you'll see as you kind of play through the game, you'll have like multi-faction fights. All these creatures have relationships to one another, so that Skaz is like a prey of this brute, but then you're the bigger threat, so he's going after you right now. Okay, so now Cal is heading towards Kashyyyk. He's kind of got this hint about this Wookiee named Tarful, and that's kind of the next breadcrumb on his journey.
Today we're going to be looking at Kashyyyk. We're going to be looking at this second half of this level, seeing the jungle and the kind of beginnings of the origin tree and the Shadowlands, and it was exciting developing it and excited to show you guys. So this was actually a good opportunity for us to show this juxtaposition again of this kind of built imperial environment with its refinery and the more natural landscape of Kashyyyk that they're just dicing up with all their cutters and exploiting for all its resources. Especially here, coming out onto the vista, really establishes that contrast. Seeing how kind of organic shapes come in contact with the straight and harsh architecture of the Imperial refinery. They're kind of struggling to push back against all this fauna, and they've disturbed the balance of this place.
The origin tree is a unique foundation for Kashyyyk. You haven't seen it before, because you're used to seeing the more beach areas, all this stuff. This is kind of a different side of the planet where the origin trees, the reign supreme. Its roots stretch across the entire vista, and you feel its impact everywhere. So it's definitely a landmark. You know where to go to.
Yeah, and I think especially selling this idea of this source kind of mother tree and all these roots extending into this jungle, showing how that's being severed. If you follow the root system, you'll see how it comes right into contact and is being destroyed by the Empire there.
This is the entrance to the Shadowlands, so it's a little bit intimidating, but I mean, you're a Jedi, so nothing really stands in your way.
Right. This is the first area that you go through. It's like the interior of one of the roots. Yeah, it was definitely challenging trying to figure out, like, what does an inside of a tray look like? Mainly looked and referenced, like, sandstone cliffs.
A little bit of kind of the inside of bones, too.
Yeah.
The Night Sister has been hunting the player throughout Shadowlands, and as you reach the top of the Shadowlands roots, she chases the player down back to the front of the origin tree. So basically, you're sliding down sort of a mud canal through these Shadowlands roots with the TIE Reaper coming after you.
I'll never forget when you first debuted this section to us, Bloss. A little bit terrified, but...
I was scared.
We were scared, yeah. It's a lot of environment that you're traversing through very quickly, but it's a fun puzzle to solve, and sometimes it can be a really exciting result, something that we weren't expecting either.
I know it was scary to you guys, but you guys knocked it out of the park. Since we just got double jump, I wanted to have sort of a really fun wall run chain sequence. It's funny, the art that Ryan made for the wall run, he called it the Septemple wall run art.
Yeah.
That was a model name.
It has to be one of our longest wall runs in our game, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make that claim right here.
Yeah, that's right. Double jump makes it a little bit more forgiving, right?
Yeah, because previously we learned double jump right here.
Right.
And then we decided to bring it down sooner, so now you have the experience of double jumping all over this tree, which I thought was a really good idea.
Great
on Bloss's part.
There's a back and forth with the player and a boss that you're trying to capture, like a one-on-one fight. Because a normal AI, their behaviour is quite simplistic. They've only got a few mechanics that you need to learn. But with boss, you can't have that over a long fight. So with bosses, they have to evolve and change as the fight progresses to give the players more things to learn and more things to try to fight against. They need to have an answer for everything that the player can do, whereas many standard AIs just have a simple, I'm just going to go on the offence with what I know, rather than I'm going to respond to what the player is doing to me. So when making bosses, she has this whole array of combat moves, and I need to make sure that there's the small openings that the player can take advantage of. It's not too big or too small, but just enough just to test the player.
Just took down an Inquisitor.
This was the tour of Kashyyyk. There's more planets to explore, and I hope you continue our adventure in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.